Hey, this is Mike with AskTractorMike.com. I'm at the old dealership I worked at for 11 years with a good friend of mine, Hoot, who advises the Tractor Mike community from time to time when it stumps me. And today we're looking at a hydraulic cylinder. I've had on my tractor for a long time one hydraulic cylinder that was leaking internally. And it's winter, and I took my own advice and got the tractor in the dealership when they were slow to get it repaired. And Hoot is going to show us today what goes on inside a hydraulic cylinder and find out what's wrong with mine, and to give you a little education of what's going on inside a hydraulic system. Let's get started.
We got the cylinder off in the vise, and most of these glands unscrew. Some of them has got a lock wire on that you have to take off to get the gland off, but almost all of them unscrew.
Now we probably ought to own up at this time. You actually loosened that on the tractor, which is a lot easier to do.
Yep. So that way, sometimes people don't have a vise, and you can just leave the cylinder hooked to the machine on the barrel end, and then take the cylinder apart on the machine.
We're in a working shop, so we've got a little noise here. We apologize for it, but what Hoot's going to do is take that apart and see. We've pretty much determined that this is the cylinder that's leaking, and it's leaking inside. There's no oil coming out. This is what's inside one of these cylinders that's on your loader. Now when you look at the seals, how do they look?
The packing is good, but that piston should not be spinning, because that means the nut has backed off enough and oil is leaking past this piston on the internal part of it and coming out around the nut, and that's what lets his bucket roll over when he leaves it set.
Put that back in there and let's show people exactly how a hydraulic cylinder works. On every tractor you've got a hydraulic pump that's pushing oil, and when you pull your joystick back, that directs the flow of oil to the cylinders. And then show us, Hoot, right there what's going on whenever oil comes in there.
When oil goes in this port, it will push the rod back, and when oil comes in this port, it'll push the rod the other direction. I can duplicate it with my